6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Daddy. I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house. Because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie. And that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever.
The crazy part about that, right, like she said, if she would have confronted him, like that almost put the kids in more danger. Some of these dudes, man, they try to clean up their tracks. They'll actually take their life, set the house on fire, something crazy like that. You have to be careful. I don't know if this is dad or a stepdad. And it's not just, you got to watch out for the kids that they bring in the house, because the kids could have been touched. Then they start touching your kid. Teach your kid bad stuff, do stuff to him. This is crazy.
As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my 2 older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things, like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters. who are only 2 and 4 years old.
Who is this man, and is he their father? This is crazy.
It still feels like a dream. Like, when this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be. And was also, abused as a child.
Hold on, did she just say that's how she came to be? Meaning somebody took something from my mom, and that's how she became to be. And also her being assaulted as a kid. So I'm looking at a lot of the comments and the people going crazy, rightfully so. And you got some people talking about that's why they don't even trust their biological father, let alone a stepfather. I have 2 daughters. Don't be hanging that. You better be careful that how broad you paint with that brush, man. Because every man is not sick. This is a pedophile right here. This is a pedophile. And these people exist and they should be put to death. It looked like this video about to be over. She don't really give no clues to what happened. I'm guessing we got to go to her YouTube to figure out the rest of the story or whatever. But regardless, this is unfortunate and this is sad. And that's like this molestation is like an evil spirit. Some people molest other people. Some kids act out in violence. Some kids go inward. You know what I mean? So just recently, I did a video about this rapper or whatever. Matter of fact, let me finish this and I'm going to go to that video. But the point of the matter is he had a DCS worker talk to his daughter by herself, right? And this is why they talk to kids by themselves. Because the same reason why she had to lie to get out of that house, so she could take her kids to the hospital so she wouldn't look suspicious, because he know what he doing. He know. So she had to get the kids out of there. So the same reason why she had to do that is the same reason why they talk to kids by themselves. The dude had framed it up and said, a man is in this room, which says conference room on the sign, talking to my daughter. But this is why. Because they need to get the truth out, because people like this exist. They mess your daughters all up. Mess your sons all up. It's not just your daughters, it's your sons too. There's a whole lot of horror stories. And that spirit keep living on and on and on. And it's passed on from one person to the next. Because the people, the victims, become victimizers and hurt people, hurt people. This is sad and unfortunate. I'm reading in the comments, some people say, I'll be saying this story from jail. Is he still alive? Good question. These kids gonna have some problems. Like really bad problems. Where's their father? If he's there, I don't know. So The double back to the story I just did about the rapper who choked out the children's service worker. This is why they speak to kids by themselves. This is why. Because they don't want them to feel intimidated. They want them to feel safe. They make sure they're not being harmed. They have a way they ask questions to pour the information out the kid. Sometimes they have them draw pictures because a lot of times these kids don't know what's happening to them. They don't know how to describe these things. They're kids. You know, in the rare case where some women fabricate these things and plant this stuff in kids' heads because they don't know, they just repeat it. But the majority of the time, this is really happening. It's not fabricated. Mom is not coaching. Mom found hardcore evidence. Yeah, I hope he's put down like all wild animals should be. This is sad. You know, so I'm going to look a little bit more into this. I doubt if I do a follow-up, but I'm going to go on her channel and check it out. My prayers to you and your children, your family. I hope they get the help that they need. I hope everybody heal. But I'm going to check your channel out to see what happened.